Minecraft is a pretty old game. I mean, the game was brought out in 2009 already, and that's over 12 years ago. And there are a lot of things in Minecraft that only old school people would remember, like me. I've been playing since 2012, and there are things in Pocket Edition that I remember being things, and now that aren't things anymore. And a lot of these would go for Java Edition, but I'm not sure if it would stay. I don't know if it falls in the Java Edition category because I was a Pocket Edition player for these past 9 years. So today is things that only old school Minecraft players would remember. Now, one thing that I know that a lot of people back in the day would remember would be the build height only being that tall compared to what it is now, which is 256 blocks. It used to only go up to 128 blocks, and a lot of the times when you went to an extreme hills biome, you could only build at least 3 blocks, so some of the mountains can be up to like this tall, so you'd only have this much space to build. So I remember trying to build houses on mountains that were really tall, and then I'd build 3 blocks up and realize, oh, I can't place any more blocks because this used to be the maximum build height instead of what it is now, which is way up there. You know, and it's going to be going even higher in the 1.18 update, so we won't have to worry about mountains ever again. But I remember trying to build houses on these things, and it just was never, ever tall enough. It never really was a problem, but it didn't take too long to build up, and now it's like you try and build a build height and it'd take 500 years. And this is really what it was like, and now, now it's really, really tall if I go all the way up here now. But, I can barely see the village from up here. Like, things are really small now. And now, from up here, that's how tall, that's as high as you could go. From up here, that does not look high at all. Like, that's as high as you could go. That was the maximum right there. That's what it used to be. It wasn't much of a problem because I didn't really build things, but I'm pretty sure it was a big problem for the building community at the time. So let's move on, shall we? This next example is going to include a lot of lag because it was something about entity cramming, how it affected the world around it back then. And I remember something. I just switched my game mode to survival here. It was really strange. So you got all these zombie pigmen. There, so now they're all mad at me. I'm just gonna keep doing that. So I tested this a long time ago, and I broke a block like this, and when the zombie pigmen came out, they literally destroyed the ground underneath them, like it was a big explosion. Now, I don't think it does that anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some more blocks here, and I'm gonna set that up again. I think that's good enough, yeah. Okay, so let's do smack. Okay, so they're all mad at me. Ow. No. I don't want to die. Quick. No, it doesn't seem like it does that anymore. It made a huge crater in the ground. But it used to make a crater in the ground. Whoa, no edits. Look at that. It broke through the ground. Off to the next one. Okay, so next on our list is the Nether Core Reactor. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people who used to play back in the day remember this being a thing and have actually activated this thing. So I'm going to be pulling some pictures up for it on screen. I've tried downloading a mod for this and I can't get it to work. That's great. Yay. But anyways, I'm just going to show you some pictures on screen. I should be able to find a bunch. I can't find any mods for it, or I can't find any add-ons that work for it, mainly because probably of the update kind of renders none of the add-on apps have actually updated with it. And we can't really get much add-ons that'll work very well. You would activate the Nether Core Reactor, and it would make a little spire that would go into the sky, and that was only a Pocket Edition thing. I believe in Java Edition, it was just a big box, but in Bedrock Edition, or Pocket Edition mainly, it used to have it was like a spire. It was kind of like a stalagmite kind of shape. So on to our next old thing. So today, you have your typical zombie. They're smart, and they'll find the easiest and smartest way to get to you and lead you to your imminent death, and that's really all there is to it. But zombies weren't always like this. Zombies were nowhere near as smart as they are today. Back then, it was like they were having a dance party. Like today, they just kind of find the smartest way to get to you, but back then, they didn't really care what was in front of them. It was this. And they wouldn't stop doing this. We'd always take that to our advantage. And also, they were super glitchy. They were as glitchy as heck. So we just sit here, and all the mobs if they were on the side of us, yeah, they would walk up, but it wasn't because they were smart. It's just because that's what's in front of them. But if they were down here, they'd be doing this. This is what it was. Well, skeletons were annoying, though. Skeletons were quite annoying. But this wasn't just zombies. This was every mob in the game. So if there was a skeleton, yes, it would jump. It would jump like this. Same with creepers. I'm a zombie. Ah! 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 Moving away from that one. Okay, you can't tell me that anyone who started playing Minecraft didn't follow the compass, and when you finally reached the middle of the compass, you dug down because you thought there was treasure. Is that just me, or is that everyone else? I thought that there was treasure underneath the compass. I thought the compass would lead to some secret treasure until I found out that it just kind of led to your spawn point. But you can't tell me that this isn't what you did. I literally dug all the way to bedrock. I spent like a half an hour trying to look around this compass, seeing what treasure was underneath. I mean, you can't tell me that you guys didn't try and do that at least once in your lives. And it wasn't until like 3 months later until I actually found out that it led to your spawn point. Yeah, I was kind of dumb. Compasses and treasure aside, let's get on to our next one. So one thing that I know that everyone back then has tried, because it became a huge rumor that it was true, was this. I mean, I'm pretty sure you find this a meme all over social media. You'll find this. There are always these memes that reference to this. And now for you guys who don't know what that is, there was a mod out there called the Aether, and that is where this thing would lead. Either that or it was just a rumor that went around that it led you somewhere different. I remember trying this back in like 2013 when I heard of it, being utterly disappointed by the fact that it doesn't work. I've tried this countless times trying to get it to work, and that was back then. That was back when I was trying to get the Nether portal to work, because since Pocket Edition was so far behind at the time, Nether portals wouldn't even work at the time. Same with withers. I remember trying to unsuccessfully spawn a wither. The Ender Dragon wasn't a thing at the time. There were just so many things that just didn't exist in Pocket Edition that did in Java Edition. That's when really I didn't really know that there was a Pocket Edition and a Java Edition. I thought they were both the same thing. So I was kind of stuck trying to do these things, wondering why they wouldn't work, and thinking that it just didn't work altogether. It never existed, when really it was in Pocket Edition. I mean, it was in Java Edition the whole time. Like, I thought the Ender Dragon didn't exist, but the Ender Dragon existed since I started playing. When you're an old Pocket Edition player back then, when things weren't the exact same as they were before, you used to try a lot of things that worked in Java but didn't work in Bedrock yet, so you keep trying these things that just wouldn't work. I can tell you that's one thing that Pocket Edition old Minecrafters remember. Trying things that were only exclusive to Java at the time and being disappointed by the fact that they didn't work. Now this is something that I'm pretty sure all of you who used to play back in like 2013 would remember. I remember having an Xbox 360 and playing this version of the game, and it was quite fun to play. And this is all I really play in terms of Minecraft. I don't even think we had Pocket Edition at the time. This is when we used to play on the Xbox 360 version, but it couldn't update. I mean, don't you guys remember the hidden Nether portal that was here? I mean, I remember finding it, and I believe it was hidden behind a painting. I don't exactly remember where it was because I can't find any maps for it. I can't find a world download. And minecarts were like 7 times faster. Like, look at this. This is how fast minecarts used to be. You can only comment on this video if you actually remember being in this map. And now on to our last but not least. I remember not being able to switch the game from survival to creative. So if you were to make a world on creative, you weren't able to switch back. None of these knobs and switches were here. You know, if you had creative, you were kind of stuck with creative. You couldn't really switch any of the game modes to survival or adventure mode. Chests also had this annoying feature. For when you'd open it, it wasn't like that. You would just open it and nothing would happen. You'd open it and then it would just close on you and you wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, none of this HUD thing, like none of this HUD here was there. It was just like you would open the chest and it would close on you. And it was like that for quite a long time. But when the update came out that you were able to do that and switch the game modes, the chests were still the same. So I'd store everything in my HUD when I would want to switch the game mode. I hope you liked the video. Leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below if there's anything I've missed, because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of stuff that I missed. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one. And that's really it. I guess that's it. Bye. I looked everywhere for a tutorial map, and I could not find that map. But at least I found some videos on it.